Let me say it again. To end my suffering and the suffering of others by realizing and experiencing directly that I am not the thoughts in my mind, thus breaking free from identification with mind, also known as the dissolution of the ego, the conceptual mind-made self. The ego is thought-based. If I go beyond all thoughts, I go beyond the ego too. I have to. The moment that I transcend the mind, the moment that I go beyond all thoughts, I go beyond the conceptual world, the world as I know it conceptually, and I go beyond myself that I know conceptually.
I was at a conference the other day, and this guy walked up to our booth, and I'd seen him before, and I was like, I always love the energy that you bring to the room. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I never really talked to him before. Mm-hmm. But I'd seen him a couple times around in like at different settings, and they're more business settings, so everybody's walking around in a suit and a little bit, but this guy's just got a different vibe to him. So we started talking, and we started talking about meditation. And I thought it was interesting because if you do become enlightened or able to, put your ego aside, I think your ego is also a lot of judging yourself or perceiving how you're going to be judged by others. Mm-hmm. Whereas this guy is bringing, and I kind of think that's what it is. It's like I could feel myself almost judging myself to say, okay, hang on a second, this isn't socially acceptable to be in a great mood right now. This guy's acting like he's at a nightclub. Not actually, but he's giving off the vibe, for lack of a better word, of having a good time, even though all these other people are bored. And he was even telling me, he said, when I walked into the room, I couldn't tell if they were playing music or not because I always keep like a little tune in the back of my head. And I had to ask the person next to me, hey, are they actually playing music in here? That's what he told me. He's like, that's what I do. And I meditate every day, and I go with intention to how I'm going to feel and forget everybody else around me. And it was just an interesting conversation to have with him because when I'd probably met him the first time, I see him here and there at events, but I always realized there was always something just to the guy. I'm like, this guy's you just want to be in his presence. Like, he was just the guy that, out of a room of full of business people who are taking themselves seriously and everything is, stress to them, this guy's just like, he's having a great time like he's at the beach.
He was present.
Yeah, and you could feel it. Like, it was just...
One conscious person walk into a room changes the consciousness of the entire room.
Yeah, and it was interesting because it was before I ever, came to the peaceful mindset or anything like that. It was just once we got in the conversation of meditation, I was talking about this. And
I'm smiling because I'm laughing in my head. I'm thinking the song was probably that Bobby McFerrin song, "Don't Worry, Be Happy." Just walking around in life having that whistling in the back of your head all the time.
Yeah.
But you can see, that he is starting, like to go beyond the garbage in his mind.
Yeah, and I think it's almost like, for me, it's almost like I obviously want to be like that, but then I'm thinking about what's stopping me, and then it's almost like judgments from myself or judgments from others, which kind of plays on the ego of I want to be judged a certain way by other people.
Mm-hmm. But stay with me here. I want to bring you back. Okay? I want to bring you back to going beyond the ego. I want to bring you back to this meme. I want to stay here. Give me a second. It's, breaking free from identification with mind, dissolving the ego. Okay?
Can I say something about that?
Sure.
All week long I've been struggling with this because I keep hearing, get rid of the ego, and I keep telling myself, how do you get rid of the ego if you're alive? You need your ego. Mm-hmm. So I was struggling with that, and you just answered the question because with meditation is the answer.
Yes.
So that was the answer I was searching for.
Yeah, well
You just
there
answered
you go.
my question that I've been, struggling with for quite a while. Because if you're alive, you need your ego.
Well, when you say you need your ego, what do you mean by that?
Well, because, you need your mind, you need your emotions, you need to function in the world.
Okay, but You don't need to be identified as them.
Exactly.
In other words, the consciousness uses the mind as a tool. For most people, the mind is using the person. You know? Yeah. But you have to realize the self first, and that the self is the one that is aware of the thoughts in the mind. Are we comfortable? Are we getting cold? Or you good? Okay. It's important. So if you're not, let me know. Simple thing, one little hit of the button. Now,